not in a hurry to be seen or to work just for the sake of being busy or being seen. I want to be very mindful when it comes to choosing my projects now. There was a time where my television shows were not working. I happened to take a couple of shows which I probably should not have. I was failing in television. I took a break and I told myself I want to give myself some time. I want to work on my acting. I was lost. I was lost in like working and like going home, resting, coming back, working every day. And then dhire I realized, oh, I'm becoming famous. Of course, Overexposed. People still know me through Pavitra Rishta. So that has happened and it still happens, but it is getting better, especially, all thanks to OTT. I think in the past I was offered films that were films, but the content was...
Or the role was...
Yeah, wasn't like, we were not on the same page.
This is Nawaz Kochra joining you on Indian Express, and I am in conversation with Asha Negi, who we are soon going to see in Honeymoon Photographer. Yes. Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm very good. How are you?
Very well. So, Asha, I want to know, where have you been? 2022 ke baad, is saal one OTT show has already come, and this is the second one.
Yeah. So, I am not in a hurry to be seen or to work just for the sake of being busy or being seen. I want to be very mindful when it comes to choosing my projects now. And this happened after during my journey in television is when I learned this, that okay, so once my television shows, like the shows happened, reality TV happened, and then there was a time where my television shows were not working, and that was because I was getting very like wanting to work because I've been busy throughout. So that habit of working every day. So because of that, I happened to take a couple of shows which I probably should not have, and that's where I learned okay, I want to be mindful when it comes to choosing my work, and also I want to do like meaningful projects. I want to do good work, even if it's like not a main lead. I'm okay with that, but there is something interesting to do in that, I will be very happy. So yeah, I'm not in a hurry to, or I'm not in this thing to I want to be seen a lot or I want to work a lot.
Nice. Also, you were one of those few TV actors who switched to OTT at a very early stage. If I'm not wrong, 2018 was the first OTT stint.
Yeah, I think Barish.
Barish was 2018.
Barish, yeah.
And that time, OTT was there. It was strong, but it wasn't booming.
Yeah, it was
like
not booming.
OTT ka breakthrough had not happened.
Yeah.
Switching mediums that time, was it a very difficult choice to make?
I'll tell you, it was not a conscious choice, because I was failing in television. I took a break and I told myself I want to give myself some time. I want to work on my acting and I just want to give myself some time. It is okay to sit at home and not work every day. It is fine. That's when I gave myself some time, and I remember that's when Barish came to me. So yeah. So post television journey is when Barish happened. Like I took a break, then Barish happened. And it was not a conscious choice. It just happened.
But I have to tell you, nothing can, I think so, match the fame that Pavitra Rishta got you.
Right.
Like, even today when back home, I told I'm meeting Asha Negi today, my mother was like, oh, Pavitra Rishta.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Pavitra Rishta.
I'm very thankful.
How has life changed with that show for you?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm just saying, I'm telling you that, now I've become more conscious when it comes to picking my work. And I've become more grateful towards work, the kind of work that I'm getting, everything, fame, everything. I think back then I just came to Mumbai to become an actor and things just started happening. So I was lost. I was lost in like working and like going home, resting, coming back, working every day. And then dhire I realized, oh, I'm becoming famous. So I would say now I'm like more conscious, more aware of my work, my fame, how grateful I am. Tab I was just lost, I was just working. And उसमें time ही नहीं मिलता television में to realize कि oh something is happening. You are just busy.
But were there moments where people walked up to you and for Pavitra Rishta character they told you something, gave you a compliment or
a lot of times I still get compliments for that, and I think the switch that happened from television to OTT was also because of television, right? So that I'm always going to be grateful for.
Very true, very true. Also, I want to understand one thing. So, we also saw you in Ludo.
Yeah.
2020, at that time, you know, when you appeared in Ludo, you were so good in the film that it felt like, oh, Bollywood is the next stop for Asha. What happened there? Like, was it not again a conscious decision to go there?
As I said, I want to do and I wanted to do good work, meaningful work, and that also just came. I was called from, I think, Dada's team. Somebody had called, I don't remember who. They called me, they gave me a narration, and that's it. And they told me to think about it and let them know. So like, okay, what is there to think? You're offering me a character in Anurag Basu's film. So that also just happened. But I mean, it was an OTT release. I wish it was a theatrical release. But I was thinking the other day, I wish like so many old classic films are releasing again in theaters. I really hope Ludo comes on theaters and I'll get to watch it. I'll get to watch myself.
Such an interesting film.
Yeah.
Honeymoon Photographer ka kya hua? Like, how did that happen?
I think this was during COVID. Is when we had a Zoom meeting. That's when we were discussing about the show. I thought about it. I mean, I was discussing about it with the team of Honeymoon Photographer, the director and everybody, producers. फिर उसके बाद I remember I just went to meet the director once, and that's when I was like, okay, I want to do this, because you know that's when I became sure of doing the show. Honeymoon Photographer, I would say, is one show that I'm really excited for people to watch, because firstly, I am looking different.
Yes,
Secondly,
I have to say Asha. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is Asha.
Yeah, right. And then secondly, the character also. It is very interesting. I love it when, you know, I can't sleep the prior night thinking, oh, tomorrow is such a difficult scene, such a challenging one. How am I going to do it? So I love it when that's what I'm chasing. That's what I want now. I don't want comfort. I want to be challenged by my character that I have to play. I want sleepless nights. Even though it's not good, the next day I'll need to look fresh. But still.
I want to also understand one thing. OTT is in a very interesting space today.
Yeah.
Is there a kind of, you know, cutout or a canvas or a dream role that you have in mind to play?
Yeah, I really want to do an action film now. An action film. Yeah, something where I'll get to fight. And like, you know how, like, I'll give an example of Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. You know, something like that. I really want to do an action film. Now that I'm so much into fitness, I want to utilize it somewhere.
Absolutely. And, you know, professionally, what's been, you know, when we say you've had a journey in television, 13 साल हो चुके हैं, you know, for you being an actor. Do you recall that moment, you know, where you were very proud of yourself? You know, it can either be a decision or a moment where, you know, Asha actually felt like, oh, I deserve a pat on the back now.
It doesn't happen when something happens, but it happens when a lot of times, realization hota hai ki, oh, like, you know, you're doing so good. Why are you like always, not unhappy, but like dissatisfied? Because we usually just want to like achieve better and do better and, you know, go one step ahead. We forget a lot of times. I consciously remind myself कि oh, remember the girl who came to Mumbai from Dehradun ऐसे एक बैग उठा के कि चलो 3 महीने दिए हैं अपने आप को, let's see क्या होता है. Like अभी where I am, ये तो मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था. So a lot of times that is like a conscious decision of realizing कि listen, you're doing a good job, you're doing a great job, I am so proud of you. So that happens consciously.
A lot of TV actors, you know, often, like recently, whoever I've spoken to, they've told me that, you know, whenever they try to make a mark in the film industry, or, you know, they try to go the Bollywood way, there is one thing that they face is about that, oh, you are a very overexposed face. Ever, you know, firstly, I want to understand what is your take on that. Have you ever faced any kind of, you know, stereotype or a discrimination or something like that whenever, you know, you've also thought of probably, you know, going that way down the Bollywood?
Yeah, firstly, I mean, I have faced it, but like not on the face. People don't say that on the face, but it happens, and I'm sure it has happened with me. And of course, overexposed. People still know me through Pavitra Rishta. So that has happened, and it still happens, but it is getting better, especially, I mean, all thanks to OTT, because we are getting to do what we are getting to do because of it, and so like creatively satisfying, all thanks to television, but it does become monotonous at one point, and you're like, "Arey, kab khatam hoga, bas abhi." so so I'm sure I have faced it, but people don't say it on the face. And yeah, I think in the past I was offered films that were films, but I mean the content was,
Or the role wasn't
wasn't like, we were not on the same page. Is why I chose to do a character in a film like Ludo. So as I was saying, I don't mind doing like an important character in a big film or a big project, but it has to have, like, it should be a challenging one. It should be meaningful work. I just can't do work just for the sake of being in Bollywood or doing a film.
But I sometimes feel that even though this is said that overexposed face, but TV makes you a household name, and I don't think so that's a very bad thing, because obviously if you star in a film and people know you,
people know
that
me
brings that
already,
kind
it's
of a-
because of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, totally. I completely agree with that, and that is why I had so much gratitude for television, that people still know me. And even if I'm doing such shows, I'm getting these opportunities, is also somewhere because I am famous through that, right?
Well, I am sure after this Asha 2.0 version that we see in Honeymoon Photographer, there are so many more interesting roles coming up.
Yeah,
Is there something you can tell us about, like what's coming next?
Oh, no, I can't talk about it right now, but in a month or so, I think we'll sit again and chat about it.
Amazing. So, while we catch up once again after a month for your next project, I wish you all the very best
Thank you
for this one.
Thank you so
and
much.
keep rocking always.
Yay, thank you.